I've not seen such bravery.
Every once in a while, someone will come up to me and say, Hey Ian, what are some of your earliest gaming memories? They just come up to me on the street and ask me that, I guess. Well, the other day, I came across a game I hadn't realized I'd forgotten. After the memories finished flooding over me, I was inspired to share it with you guys. So let's take a look at one of my earliest gaming memories, Harry and the Haunted House. Living Books was a series of interactive stories made from 1992 to 1998. Some of the titles were popular books like Dr. Seuss and Berenstain Bears books. Harry and the Haunted House, however, was written by Mark Schlichting, the creator of Living Books. The story stars Harry, this oddly proportioned rabbit thing. We can have the story read to us, we can play around inside the story, or we can... Options? Before we even have a minute to decide just what we want to do, Harry starts trying to seduce us with an erotic dance. Aw yeah, he's looking out for booty, so you ladies better watch out. Alright, let's just play the game. So, as the title of the series implies, the Living Books series were simple, interactive children's stories. There's no adventuring like in the humongous entertainment games, we're simply along for the ride. Playing in the story simply means clicking on the scenery and seeing such exciting things as... and...
Hey, better, swing better!
And... Let's take a quick look at the cast of characters here. We've got Harry, the main character, No Pants Earl, why does everyone have a normal name except for me, Stinky, and Amy, the girl. Also there's Spot, Harry's dog, because this is one of those weird universes where animals own other animals or something. And can you guess which house is the haunted one? Let's see here. Normal house, creepy Victorian style house with a face, 2 faces. I wonder. The 4 non-enslaved animals are playing baseball, and even though they're in a huge field, they've adopted the Tommy Wiseau approach to sports and are playing like 4 feet apart from each other. Earl throws a curveball, showing off some serious leg in the process, and Harry hits it all the way over to that house and through a window. Like, look at how far away that house is. If he can hit that far, why is everybody standing so close together? Earl isn't happy and remarks that the house is
haunted! Oh my god! Who's going to get my ball? Harry should get it because he hit it too hard. Stinky should have caught it.
Yeah, you know what? In retrospect, Stinky should have caught that. What the hell, Stinky? Looks like we got ourselves a regular Nelson Cruz over here.
Earl threw it too hard. This argument is stupid.
The 3 stupid idiot boys talk about how the house is filled with ghosts and how they're all going to die. But nobody seems to care that Earl is wearing a haunted shirt. Also, nobody is making fun of Earl for being named Earl. So at this point, I don't think that even the kids reading the book are buying into this. The kids walk toward the creepy house, eventually coming to the front door, which is slightly ajar. Harry goes a knocking because the house totally doesn't have a doorbell or anything. And after surmising that nobody is there, the gang decides that home invasion is the next practical step to retrieving their lost baseball. Never mind that there's a single newspaper laying on the porch indicating that papers are still being delivered to that house and the residents have only failed to pick up one of them. That's just trivial information. No children, let's ignore all of that and just waltz on in like we own the place.
We heard a fluttering sound. It's a ghost!
So after hearing a fluttering sound, which has scientifically been proven to be the scariest of all sounds, the kids run further into the house, because running further into the haunted house is clearly the logical thing to do here. Now would be a good time to point out that you can buy a baseball on Amazon for like $3.
We tiptoed slowly down a hallway.
After Harry reads the page of the book that you're on, you're able to click around the screen, making a bunch of weird stuff happen. Like some super sexy bestiality. Wait, is it bestiality if they're both animals? Kind of? Is it weird that the animal children have a pet animal? Animals in clothes, naked animal with a collar, human lady? I don't know, don't ask me to explain it. Aside from clicking on scenery, you can also click on the words up here and make up your own sentences.
Stinky was feeling me slowly.
So the kids continue through the house, not really seeing anything that amazing. I mean, there are amazing things happening, they just don't see them. In fact, anything interesting that does happen ends up being completely ignored by the gang. But they become incredibly terrified at small things like the sound of their enslaved animal friend scratching at the humiliating tag of ownership they've placed on him. Yeah, let's just ignore the opera singing painting, because this over here is the real spooky.
We searched in the kitchen. Where could that ball be?
Where could that baseball be? Is it possible it went through the window, bounced all the way down to the kitchen and right into a cupboard? Totally plausible, so be sure to give it a look.
A hideous monster coming our way! It's only your reflection in an old mirror.
Yeah, you stupid idiot moron boys, grow a brain. God, you're so immature.
We saw a long monster coming. Let's forget the ball. Yeah, let's get out of this place.
Giving up always seems like the best option in any situation, and Stinky seems very content with the decision to leave. But wait, what's that sound? Oh my god, you guys, it's a ghost! The house really was haunted all along! We're all gonna die! Oh, it turns out that the house wasn't haunted after all. The scariest thing in it was ourselves. Ha ha ha, bullshit. There's a ghost, there's a ghost, there's a ghost. Haunted, haunted, haunted. The place is fucking haunted. You know what, this story just doesn't seem to hold the same weight as it did when I was younger. And I don't just mean that because I'm older now. Times have changed. Maybe if we threw in a couple iPhones and an iCarly, kids could relate to it today. Kids watch iCarly, right? The second living book I remember is called Ruff's Bone by Eli Noyes. Noyes? No, yes? A man who has worked with Nickelodeon, Pixar, and Disney, and was nominated for an Academy Award for his own animated film, Clay. So naturally, the game looks like it was drawn by a 2-year-old. It's actually kinda terrifying. And what's the deal with his nose? What, does he have golf balls for nostrils or something? This story doesn't exactly have the complexity or intense character development that Harry and the Haunted House had, but it does follow the similar theme of trying to locate something that has been hit, or in this case thrown, a long distance. Ruff goes to the neighbor's yard to start looking for his bone, and already you can see things are getting a little strange. I think this is supposed to be a lizard, but look at the size of it. They've pretty much got an alligator on their fence. And is this just what the artist actually thinks dogs' noses look like? Balls. They look like balls, okay? I'll say it. And oh yeah, the bone is right here in case you were wondering, but of course retrieving it can't be an easy task, so it bounces around and falls into a tree. The tree leads to an intricate system of tunnels, as trees usually do. Here we see things like... And if you think this stuff is nightmare fuel, well, just hold on for a second because it's gonna get a lot worse before it gets any better. Before he's able to get the bone, it's snatched away from him and Ruff ends up tumbling into a cave full of cavemen. This art style is just... good God, are these supposed to be bats? Here we have someone blowing a bone. I don't even know what to say about this whole situation here. Terrifying. And I wonder why this guy's right arm is so much bigger than his left. Masturbation. In his never-ending quest for bone, Ruff hops out of the cave and into the clouds. Nothing super interesting here, so he falls from the clouds and into a jungle. Why is everything so lumpy? I mean, I get that there are different art styles, but did nobody look at this and say, this looks great and all, but the sun looks a little too lumpy. The sun is lumpy. Maybe you should tone it down a bit. Ruff continues his search by jumping out of the jungle and into an ocean, where he encounters a new set of sloppily drawn horrors. Ruff then swims into a sunken ship. Ah yes, the sunken ship with just a few puddles in it, even though there's a giant hole in the top. The sunken ship.
Climb that ladder.
Now where do you think this ladder is gonna take Ruff? Go ahead, take a guess. Did you guess that it was an endless ladder through the stars? If you did, congratulations. Oh, and hey, there's the sun whizzing through space. Like the sun is known to do from time to time. There's also some stars, which... You are my one. Yeah, you know what, let's just get the fuck out of this book. I'm getting really creeped out.
At the top of the ladder was a bone planet.
Yep, a bone planet. They brought me to a bone planet. Is it too easy? It's gotta be too easy. I can't make any innuendos here. That's what they want me to do. Why don't you hop in your Virgin spaceship and take a visit to my bone planet? Ruff finally gets his bone back and departs Bone Planet in a spaceship, which is oddly one of the more logical things to happen thus far. Home again, and everything is just as lumpy as it was before. Also, there's the moon, which looks disgusting, and I don't even want to know what that article of clothing is that she's knitting. It looks very adult, you see, because this one is where the bone goes. And of course, to top it all off, Ruff's master throws the bone again. So those were a couple of the Living Books games. Now I gotta say, it's kind of weird that the story called Ruff's Bone ended up being scarier than Harry and the Haunted House. I mean, how high do those guys have to be to come up with all that? So the dog climbs out of the sunken ship using a ladder, but the ladder doesn't go anywhere. It's endless. It goes into space. You sure you're not a cop? What? Come on, I'm not a cop. No. Okay. Ian, what's up? I just thought of the best way for you to end your video. And what would that be? Hi, I'm Ian. To see some of my other videos, click over here. To subscribe to my channel, click over here. Okay, just fucking give me a second. Hold on. Start this shit. Fucking horrible.